This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate. That is the role we will play today. I am Tito. Bobby Carpenter, my left. Over to the side of the last, Bodie Wells. Good morning, Bobby.
Good morning, sir.
We've got our Breer today. We'll have Ya Highness. That's a Brody Thursday. 2 full hours here on YouTube, the Fan app, and HD3. Download the show anytime and catch us from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Also, we replay this year's show on the Fan 2, 1460 a.m., 1 to 3 p.m. We'll play it there. Brody, where else can you get us?
That would be on Facebook and Twitter, Tito.
We are sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin. Albert Breer joins us today at 7:05. NFL picks at 7:20, and Ya Highness, which is why it's a Brody Thursday. Bobby, tonight we've got Dallas and Detroit in the NFL.
Ooh.
Brody, don't. Bobby, it's a big game, right?
How about them Cowboys?
Oh, God. Bobby, it's a big game,
Yeah, I would
right?
say that it's a big game. Very large game, in fact, because if Dallas wants any chance of making the playoffs, they need to beat Detroit. That'll be another team they'll be in contention with the wild card. And in those ties, the tiebreakers as far as head-to-head, those matter a lot. So that's a big deal.
Portland beat Cleveland last night, 122-110. Cavs take the loss at home in that one. On Saturday, we've got the OSU men at Northwestern at 2 o'clock. OSU women on Sunday at 2 o'clock. They will play in that one out there in Evanston. Jackets host Detroit tonight. So, but yeah, the game tonight. Was that me, Bodie? Was that me or Brody or you?
That was me trying to reshare.
Look, I want to make sure I did not do anything wrong. That's all it says, Bob. Most of this show is based on 2 things. 1, you being the star, and 2, me not pressing wrong buttons.
You're good.
Okay, that was not me. That's huge. We will talk today a lot about Bob. Let's do a tease. Let's do not a tease. Let's do a primer. I'm not happy about what happened yesterday.
Okay. Congratulations. A lot of people care about your feelings.
I know that. You
sound like a 20-year-old dude.
That's fine. Hey, you tell any 54-year-old guy you sound like a 20-year-old, he'll take it.
Not really. Not with what
you don't think so?
No, not with
Here's your poll question, Bodie.
I do a lot of leadership training. Most 50-year-olds do not want to sound like 20-year-olds.
Okay. Were you surprised about the news that Hartline's going to USF?
Yeah, I think it happened very quickly, quicker than most people expected, and just timing-wise how it all broke out. Yeah. I would say yes, I was caught off guard by it, but I probably shouldn't have been, just because I thought that most of the hiring cycle was hemmed up, and it seemed like Colin Klein of A&M was going to UCF or USF from what I had heard. Right. And then there was a hard pivot, and Kansas State, there's a move there. The job opens up, whether it was consensual or not, I'm not sure. And then ultimately Colin Klein goes back to his alma mater to be the coach. USF's still without a job, or still without a head coach. And because of that, poof, David Copperfield, then you ultimately get what happened, where they needed a coach in a hurry. And unlike Penn State, they were able to make a decision and get someone they wanted.
Okay. Do you think if Hartline wanted Penn State, he could have had it?
I don't know if they ever seriously interviewed him.
They might not. I'm saying, like, if Hartline would have wanted to go to Penn State, would he be the head coach of Penn State?
Well, if they never interviewed him that often, it has to be wanted by both sides. Maybe they would have eventually meandered and found their way there. But as to my knowledge, they were not overtly interested in him at that point. People talked, like I said, they talked about the private plane and everything going to get him. Like, I don't think that was real.
I, like you, Bob, but on a different level, I was surprised, but good for him. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy for him that he did this. I'm happy for him that he's got his head coaching job now.
Yeah.
And now the career arc for Hartline goes nowhere but up.
I don't know. I mean, it could not go well at USF.
Now, he'll do good. He'll do well. I said good first, but he'll do well.
I'm not saying that he won't, but there's a lot of times where people don't necessarily have success in their first head coaching job. And sometimes, I mean, you got to remember, he's got to build out a whole staff. He's got to get together. I'm not saying he's not going to do well, but it's not easy being a head coach. And there's a lot of things that can happen outside of your control that could be reasons why you're not successful. So I'm not sitting here saying that he won't succeed.
Yeah.
But saying that he has nowhere to go but up, I mean, this is a big step for him to be able to take and to be able to build out a staff and to go to a place that's been good. It's not like USF is winning 2 games a year.
Right.
They're hiring him after Alex Golesh just took the Auburn job.
It is certainly a opportunity to move up. But yes, Bob, I know what you're saying. Like, you and I have got, which is what's great about the show, different perspectives. You've got football player knowledge perspectives. I've got fan outside perspectives. I look at it, I'm thinking, like, you know what? He'll do well there. I wonder, we can talk about this next segment, but I wonder if any coaches or players will follow Brian Hartline to USF.
That's something that people asked. I'm not sure. I could see him taking a coach or two off of the staff. Maybe some of the younger guys I could see. I don't know if like Matt Guerreri wants to be, a defensive coordinator. That's something that him and Brian have talked about. Laurinaitis, I mean, I don't know. Laurinaitis, they played together, the same age. They have a fairly good relationship.
Yeah.
As far as I know with everything.
Don't say fairly good, Box. And people are going to say what.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and say they're best friends. Like, I knew they hung out in college. I don't know. Here's the thing: when you work on opposite sides of the football, like, their interactions during practice are held to a minimum. Like, they're worried about doing their own thing. So I don't see them operate in the coaching meetings. I don't watch them go back and forth. But to my knowledge, I think they have a pretty good relationship. Is that something that James wants to do? I'm not sure. He's got kids that are in school. Hartline's kids are a little bit younger. I mean, James has kids that are upper elementary school now. I mean, do you choose to start pulling some of them out at this point and moving around? I mean, there's all different factors that come into making these decisions on an individual basis. And that's the one thing that everybody needs to understand. It's just like any other job. It's just the difference is you have to move with the jobs. There's no other jobs in the city if you want to do that. So if you want to move up, then you ultimately have to do that. Or, wait for jobs to open internally, which sometimes happens sooner rather than later, and sometimes it takes a while.
Interesting, Bob, because the fact that with Hartline is like you mentioned, same age, Laurinaitis, like, same age range and all of that, what they're going to do.
They're in the same class. They came in together.
What I'm saying, like, I know the ages, but like, it's, I feel like Ohio State did it the right way with Hartline. I think it was great they announced it before the signing.
I don't know if they announced it. I mean, I think USF announced it.
I'm saying, but the fact it came out the way it did, it feels genuine. And what I mean by that is that guys that, because early signing day was yesterday, people could sign stuff.
There's the amount of people I had texted me, I wish Hartline would have waited.
They would have, but it would have been dirty, right?
Well, it doesn't matter. Guys can just leave anyway. So, like,
they can.
You can't. The letter of intent is important. You want to get them here. And once they're there, I mean, then they start getting familiar with it and comfortable. But you can't lie to players anymore, and then they just get there, and then they have to deal with it. Like, that's not how it works.
So I'm glad that they announced it before, like, the end of signing day kind of thing. I'm glad it came out, I guess. I think
Ryan or Brian had probably told those guys prior to that happening anyway.
So you think Brian told maybe somebody a day and a half ago, like before signing day?
I think they knew that morning. He probably given them a heads up and talked to them about it and said, "This is what's going on."
And I appreciate him even more than if he did that. That's good. I'm glad he did that.
I mean, you're recruiting these guys. They're committed to you. Like, I can't imagine a scenario where they would have signed and then he would have texted back, "Hey, by the way, I'm not going to be here."
I know. But the Ohio State and Brian Hartline, UCF, they all could have done that if they wanted to.
USF,
I'm sorry. But they didn't. And that's the part that...
Well, USF needed to... Here's the thing. Penn State, we just talked about how their high school class is a mess because they don't have a head coach.
Right.
USF wanted to have a head coach in place so that the guys that were committing to them, and I haven't looked at their recruiting class and seen what that looks like, but those guys would be able to know who they're committing to, at least as a head coach.
So, Bob, the fact that he went to USF, I feel like when I first heard the announcement about that, by the way, I saw like the text came across on my phone, they show like an abbreviated thing, and it said like Brian Hartline leaving to coach ... and I figured it was Penn State when I saw it. But then when I saw it was USF, that's fine. But the fact it's USF and not a different school, I think still keeps him as an option to be the next Ohio State coach. I'm not sure if that's the case with Fickell because he went to Wisconsin. Am I wrong on that?
Why is that?
Just it's a Big Ten school. It's a Big Ten rival. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you, Bob. Like, do you think that Fickell going to Wisconsin eliminates him from Ohio State, and Hartline going to USF makes him still okay to be the next OSU head coach?
I mean, can you not just enjoy Ryan Day being here?
I do.
Then why are we trying to find the next head coach?
I love it. Because he's going to leave at some point, Bob. He will leave.
Leave to go where?
Retirement.
Okay.
Happiness.
All right. That's fine.
Which I love. Good for Ryan Day.
That's all good things for him. But that's not happening this year. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to hope that Hartline has success at USF and help facilitate that with him. I hope Fickell gets some things going at Wisconsin.
So do I. He's had a great couple weeks.
The things that the reason why you say that at Wisconsin, Fickell is because there's never been Ohio State's never hired a head coach who has coached in the Big Ten at another school. That's
you're
why.
right. Yeah, and
that's the reason.
Yes,
but that was also a long time ago, and I don't know if that standard applies anymore.
But I very, very long time ago. I got to tell you, Prince. Here we go. Let's do the state and history.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Hey, no pressure, Bob. Make me smarter.
It is Thursday, December 4th, the 338th day of the year. 27 days remaining, this 2025. This date, 1864. General Sherman's forces defeat the Confederate cavalry outside of Waynesboro, Georgia, paving his way for his great march to the sea, of which he delivers Savannah to Lincoln on Christmas Day after burning Atlanta to the ground. This date, 1881, the first edition of the LA Times is published. 1918, Woodrow Wilson sails to Europe, to Versailles, for the peace talks post-World War I. It was the first time a sitting U.S. president had traveled to Europe while in office. 1956, the $1 Million Quartet. They get together for the first and only time.
Elvis.
Yep.
Carl Perkins.
Correct.
Cash.
Correct.
I can't think of
Other guy's famous. He has 3 names.
Oh, it's Jerry Lee Lewis. There we
you go.
Wow.
This train is bound for glory. Nobody ride it but the righteous and the holy. This train is bound for glory. This train.
3 names. Thank you, Bob. That was a great clue.
There you go. Good job on that. This date, 1965, December's Children is released by the Rolling Stones.
But not for me. I sit and watch as tears go by.
What's your Bob?
65.
Okay.
On that same day, the number 1 song in the U.S., straight out of Ecclesiastes, Turn, Turn, Turn by the Byrds.
There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven.
Oh, goodness. 1988, Roy Orbison closes his final show with Running Scared 2 days before his passing.
If he came back, which one would you choose?
He had blind guy glasses, but he was not blind.
You know what? It's a great ruse then.
It is.
And then 1993, Dan Jansen set the 500-meter world record in speed skating with a time of 35:92. Some birthdays today. Turning 76, the famed Jeff Bridges.
Mr. Stain, sir, we've explored what you've asked us, and it seems as though there's a little hiccup, actually.
Hiccup?
Yes, to power the suit. Sir, the technology actually doesn't exist. So
Iron Man?
Wait, the technology. William, here is the technology. I've asked you to simply make it smaller.
Okay, sir, that's what we're trying to do, but honestly, it's impossible.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not Tony Stark.
It's a great line. Great from the original Iron Man, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Gosh,
First one.
when did that come out?
2008.
Oh, wow.
I
We're
know.
You guys are
approaching the
old.
20-year
Hurts
deal
my
of that.
heart.
Gosh, so he would have been like 50, probably 8 when that came out, I'm guessing. I prefer my Jeff Bridges as the Big Lebowski. Much kinder
I
and
gotta
gentler
watch that
soul.
movie.
Turning 69 today, Bernard King.
King with the crossover dribble. Yes. 48 points for Bernard King. 13 on the shot clock. Give it to King, the screaming.
They say, give it to B.
All right, here it is. Bernard looking for 50, and he's got it. Back-to-back 50-point games for Bernard King. And we have seen consecutive, remarkable efforts by Bernard King.
Go watch the old Converse weapons commercials. Bernard King's in those. He was a scorer. He was really good till he hurt his knee.
Oh, very good. Very good with the Knicks.
Yep.
Frank Reich, the longtime backup Kurt Stanford head coach, but he's not going to be staying on, turning 64.
Our number 2 playoff performer took what he learned in college and fueled the greatest comeback in NFL history.
Maybe at the 10, at the 5, in for the touchdown. Right, looking to throw, rolls out, throws, down there is Reed at the 5, in for the touchdown.
And the game just gets more and more unbelievable as it moves on.
As this game swung,
Play after play after play.
back to throw, he looks, he throws, touchdown! Andre Reed for the touchdown! Andre Reed, 3 straight touchdowns!
He was up on
32 points! How? And the Buffalo Bills have engineered the greatest comeback in the history of the National Football League.
That game is Buffalo's Super Bowl.
Tell me what happened out there the second half. I'm just so proud. I'm so thrilled. This is the greatest moment of my life, besides having my daughters and marrying my wife.
Disclaimer's important there.
Oh, yeah. He had one of the biggest comebacks in NFL history when he was coaching or playing with the Bills over the
Greatest moment of your life.
greatest moment of my life. I don't know.
Okay. I would say, like most guys will say, wife, kids, whatever, but I didn't know if there was a greatest moment other than wife. Like, if you would have said something first, like this guy said, greatest moment other than,
Yeah. No, it's a lot
smart.
of times.
It's smart.
Well, getting married and your kids being born is what
it
everybody
real?
usually say.
Is it real?
What do you mean, is it real?
I don't know if the greatest moment of life really was wife and kids versus that moment.
I would say this. Probably, I would like to think the greatest moment of my life hasn't happened yet. So
Look at that.
that's what gets me
What's
up every
Tom
day.
Brady's next favorite ring, Bob?
Well, the next one.
The
Well,
next
because
one,
the
Bob.
greatest moment of my life won't be something for me. It will be success of my kids and
There we
being
go.
able to watch that
Okay.
for them.
That's wonderful. Yep.
And being born was terrific, but I enjoy watching their successes.
Yeah, you're right. Them being born is great. If they suck as kids, I don't know if them being born is the best thing. Go ahead.
The famous rapper Jay-Z turning 56 years young today.
So hard since we had, it's only right that we be fair. Psycho, I'm libo to go Michael. Take your pick, Jackson, Tyson, Jordan, Game 6.
I mean, you show me another place where over the course of 5 minutes before 7 o'clock in the morning, you can hear Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Pickens, Johnny Cash, The
fantastic.
Byrds, Rolling Stones, Roy Orbison, and then Jay-Z.
Yes.
All at the same time. And then also Tyra Banks. Oh, this is beautiful.
That's what it's want to be.
This is crazy.
I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. When my mother yells at this, it's because she loves me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this. When you go to bed at night, you lay there and you take responsibility for yourself.
Learn something from
That's beautiful. Tyra is crazy.
America's, was it Next Top Model?
I
It's a
think
Sunrise
so.
Flick, right?
that's right.
My
Yeah,
wife
yeah.
used to watch that sometimes. It was.
Did you watch it with her?
I've seen bits of it.
I was
Clips?
on the
Clips?
TV in the
Clips?
background.
Not clips. I would walk by. What are you watching? And as soon as I recognized it, I would continue on out of the room.
Glued to the TV.
Yeah, either we change the channel or I would be moving on. Jelly Roll turning 41 today.
Somebody save me from myself. Has been so long.
Oh, this is great. Joe Thomas, Browns legend, also turning 41.
Okay, with the third pick in the 2007 NFL Draft,
The Cleveland Browns select left tackle Joe Thomas, Wisconsin.
Well, hi guys. How you doing? What a setup. Joe Thomas, how you doing? Welcome to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, class of 2023. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Give me a hug. That is the best news I've ever heard. Not just today, but ever.
After Goodell said, offensive tackle Wisconsin, the very first person they showed on camera after that was Brady Quinn.
There you go.
And they said he might have a little bit of a long wait. Unfortunately for Brady, it was a long wait. He still did go to Cleveland, though.
He did go to Cleveland, and Joe did protect him. Then passing away on this date, 2022, Bob McGrath, better known as Bob Johnson, off of the street, Sesame Street,
there are all kinds of interesting people that live right around your neighborhood, like, the postman and the policeman.
Hey, did you order these groceries here?
Oh, hi there. Yes, as a matter of fact, I did.
Yeah, these are your groceries.
Have you got everything I ordered?
No.
How about the parsley?
No, we didn't have the parsley.
Oh, you didn't have the parsley.
No, we brought some other stuff instead, though.
What'd you bring instead?
Well, let's see, I brought some Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Yes, and I got
right.
some turnip greens.
Turnip greens?
I got some kale.
Kale?
Yes, we were having a big sale on kale.
Oh, big kale sale.
You've heard about it.
I've heard about it.
Yes, indeed. Well, I brought you a lot of that.
Hey, listen, I was just talking about some of the people that lived around our neighborhood. And,
you were?
Yeah.
What'd you
as
say?
long as you look sort of like, a grocer, one of those people around the neighborhood, why don't we do that song about the people in your neighborhood?
Well, I'd rather not, actually.
Oh, come on. It's a nice song.
Well, okay, but you start off.
All right, I'll start off. Well, now, who are the people in your neighborhood?
It's a great song.
There's a great skit off of, I think it's off of Chappelle's show.
No, I'm afraid.
Like, Oscar, you're such a grouch.
Look,
But you gotta live in a trash
I know.
can.
If you live in a trash can, how happy can you really be?
Exactly. That's why he's a grouch. The stereotyping that goes on in there. Poor Oscar.
I don't.
Just trying to live, man. Just trying to. Let's let him
we're
live.
Not going to have the take. No, we're not going to take of Sesame
Who's
Street.
we?
No, us. We are not going to say that there was profiling in Sesame Street. We can't do it today, Bob.
As far as the Chappelle show goes, would you say, in terms of him talking about kids shows, would you say that was better or the Care Bear skit was better?
No, the Care Bear. That's great.
The
Care Bear care.
I can't.
That's beautiful.
Look.
Absolutely beautiful. Some holidays and observances today. As soon as it loads here. We've got, here we go, International Cheetah Day, National Cookie Day.
International what, Cheetah Day?
Cheetah Day, yeah.
Cheetah, not H.
The
not
animal.
I'm sorry, not ED. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cheetah, not
Cheetah.
cheetah.
Not like cheetahs, the cabaret.
I want to
either.
make sure I'm clear on this. Cheetah, not cheated.
Yeah.
Got it.
National Cookie Day. National Sock Day. How about that? Santa's List Day. Excuse me. And World Wildlife Conservation Day. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, December 4th, the 338th day of the year, and 27 days remaining this 2025.
Do we have a consensus 27?
Julian Love.
You got Julian Love.
Not
Do
Eddie
you have a
George?
27? Eddie George?
I just said the first name that came to my mind.
I know you did, but I think.
Speaking of Eddie.
What do you got?
I was looking at Today in History
and
for the
Hartline.
upcoming days.
Yeah.
And he.
Him and Hartline will be squaring off.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, well, next year, you're right. Yes. Right? Next year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His Heisman Trophy anniversary is coming up. I know that much.
It is?
Couldn't tell you.
Well, he
the
won it in
exact
95, so.
Yeah.
I'm guessing then that was probably
2025.
30 years
So
ago.
given the math on that.
30 years.
Probably 30 years, right?
12:09 next Tuesday.
Are either of you
So,
here next
look forward to
Tuesday?
it.
I'm not.
I will not be. I was looking at sound to cut up for
Wait,
you guys.
you're both
though, so,
gone?
yeah.
Great. Happy anniversary, Eddie George. We'll take it not that seriously. Coming up next, Bob, I want to dive into the Brian Hartline situation a little bit. Situation. That's a bad way to put it.
What is our situation, Dad?
No, that's fine. No, listen. Okay, Bob, how should I say it then? Not a situation. What should I say?
Let's say the Brian Hartline situation. I think that's an accurate description of it.
Brian Hartline
Coaching
situation.
departure?
departure. We'll talk about that next Morning Juice.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Pain has a way of stealing the moments that matter most, especially during the holidays. It's not just your knees, back, your shoulder. It's the time with the family and friends. But in 2026, that could all change when your body remembers how to heal itself. It just needs a little help finding its way back. That's where QC Kinetics comes in. They're your partner here in Columbus that will help you heal that pain without surgery or without pills. It's your body's own natural biologics to heal itself. It's the best comeback story that you're going to find, powered by your own cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pills, no long recovery, just your body remembering how to feel alive again. It's time to take that first step. Literally, walk, hike, dance, enjoy the holidays. Schedule your free consultation today in Dublin or Gahanna. Now is the great time to use your HSA or FSA for treatment. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544 and get feeling better in 2026 today.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road. Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. In football, a quarterback needs protection, time in the pocket to make the big play. In business, your pocket is your cash flow. Without the right protection, pressure can come fast. A great banking partner is like your O-line, pancaking your problems to keep you marching down the field. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they help local businesses protect the pocket.
Thanks, Bobby. At Riverside Bank, we help you guard what matters most with cash management, flexible credit solutions, and fraud protection that keeps your business upright and moving forward.
That's right, Chuck. Because whether you're running a small shop or leading a regional enterprise, protecting your pocket is how you stay in the game. Come see us at Riverside Bank, and we'll help you play to win. Look for our new branch location at Bridge Park in 2026.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town, an opportunity to work alongside them as partners, whether you're a small business or a large operation? Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals. Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them at 6300 France Road, Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Okay, Bob, so the news comes down, and I texted you as soon as I saw it. I saw, reports early, and I said, Hartline, seriously, kind of thing. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not going to look at my phone right now, but it said something like that, and you said, he's a really good coach. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. I mean, he was linked to a lot of jobs.
Yes.
It's only a matter of time before ultimately you end up getting one of them.
So, and I've been following all of the social media stuff, all of the news. I don't know if Chris Henry Jr., what his status is. It looks like he is not officially signed yet. Do you know?
That is correct.
Okay.
At least that was correct as of 7 o'clock last night.
All right. Do you think Chris Henry Jr. is suiting up for Ohio State next year?
I don't know. I mean, that's depends on what he wants to do. I know that obviously people wanted to come here to get coached by Brian. As much as losing him as an offensive coordinator and as the job that he's done, his ability to recruit and procure talent. I know J.J. Smith wanting Chris Henry Jr. here probably helps.
Sure.
But, they lost a number of receivers yesterday, and, some of them, for various reasons. I know that you were probably able to get receivers at a discount from how good they were based on the ability that they got to be coached by Brian Hartline. And so now you're committing to a place where you don't know who your position coach is going to be. And that's what's tough. And, that's why you choose the school over the coach. And it used to always be the head coach. But now, your position coaches, they have always, the better they are, the better chance they have to ultimately take another job. And so it's tough. And in an era now where guys can move and transfer, that's why people are like, I wish they would have waited. Well, USF wanted to announce Hartline as their head coach so that the guys committing knew who they were committing to, at least as a head coach. And so that made it tough. And the thing is, gone are the days where you can wait until afterwards to make staff changes because these guys can just leave anyway. And so they're just going to say, well, we're just not going to show up. We'll, I don't know, get in the portal in 3 weeks. I have no idea how this works. You just make up the rules as you go, but you can't just keep people places they don't want to be.
So when I look at this, Bob, and I've also the rumor also, and this is, again, a rumor, that Jeremiah might sit out next year and get ready for the draft.
Where did you hear that from?
No, I'm saying like I heard. I can't cite the exact source. I'm saying scrolling through everything yesterday, and I heard that. I saw that, and I said, you know what? There's no way in hell that's happening. There's no way Jeremiah Smith's going to sit out next year in any way, shape, or form.
I heard Carnell Tate was going to sit out the rest of the games too.
Right, I know.
So I don't believe any of that.
And neither do I. I'm saying, like, I saw that. It's like all these people say, oh well, maybe we'll sit out. I don't think that Chris Henry Jr.'s decision will affect Jeremiah Smith's status next year.
No, I don't believe that to be the case either. I think you would like to have him come here because great players like to compete against other great players.
Yes.
So we'll see if that ultimately manifests itself and if that is how big of a piece that is in the whole process here. I know that Chris Henry really liked it here, but a lot of that had to do with Brian Hartline. But I think he does like Ohio State in general and everything that they provide. And a lot of this is going to come to Ryan Day, and then ultimately who he chooses as the next receivers coach is going to be huge.
So, Bob, when I look at it, and I'm curious because you and I have got different perspectives because you are, we'll say, more knowledgeable than I am as far as what's going on in the program, and I am a fan who's watching the program. Do you believe that? I want to make sure I phrase this the right way. With Jeremiah Smith and what he can do, with Chris Henry Jr. what he can do, and you got Julian Sain coming back again. Let me ask you how big the loss is of Brian Hartline based on what the receiver room will look like for the next 365 days.
Ask that question again.
How big is the departure of Brian Hartline going to impact the next 365 days of the Ohio State receiver room?
I think some of that is depending on who Ryan Day gets and the relationship they have with current players. I had people texting me yesterday about how, Quincy Porter and Mylan Graham, I heard they're going to transfer now. And, there's this and that. And, I can't handle all of, the negative rumors of people talking. And I kept getting all this stuff about Carnell Tate opting out and he wasn't going to play.
Right.
I'm like, that's not the case.
His agent told him, Bob, don't play.
Exactly. And I'm like, I'm not going to listen to that anymore because I know that not to be the case. But nobody will believe it because they have a friend that works at the medical center. They know somebody who's over here who's told them that he's healthy and this and that. I'm like, well, yeah, you can walk around, but that's about it.
Hey, I can walk around too, Bob.
I mean, he can do other things, but
Indiana.
Playing in a game that he doesn't need to even play in, why worry about that?
So, yeah, Bob, and that's the thing I wonder about, and it's interesting now. Okay, Hartline, but I love the fact he's staying with the team through the CFP. I think that's fantastic. I do. But then Chip Kelly's name gets thrown out there. Do you think the next OC is on the staff right now?
Depends on whether he wants to promote Tyler Bowen to full OC. I mean, he's called plays before he's been an offensive coordinator. People are talking about Chip coming back. I think him coming back in a limited role for the playoff, I think, is something he would entertain. I don't know that he would want to come back and ultimately work a whole season here again. I'm not sure if that's something he'd want to do. Maybe. But I know that like him coming here was probably a 1 or 2 year proposition. Anyway, I think people thought it'd be 2 years, and then if he could get another job, that'd be great. I don't know. That's a really good question, because I know Ryan has probably enjoyed not coordinating the offense and taking some of that off of his plate. But
I was just going to ask that. Do you think there's any chance he goes back to that, or do you think he's probably pretty set in stone finding a play caller?
Well, you got to find a play caller that you trust,
which is Kelly.
Someone that you know. I understand that, but Kelly might not want to do that. Everybody just assumes that people would want to do things because that's what you would want to do.
Sure it is.
Okay? So when people have options in life, and Chip Kelly's 62 years old and he's getting paid $6 million not to work, he's got a place in Manhattan Beach where he likes to spend time with his wife, Jill.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that's all on the selection set. He enjoys the NFL maybe more than college now. I think he enjoyed being here and with his, with Ryan and everything and everything that entailed. But yeah, there's a lot of variables that you have to take into account with these people when they're making these decisions. And I try to look at it from my perspective, and then I try to look at it from a perspective of someone that, if I try to put myself in their situation and potentially knowing them a little bit, the things I've heard them talk about and what they value, does that align with what they would want to do? And I don't know. And so I try to base that on it and, how much they'd be wanted to be here and what that would look like on a long-term perspective. I'm 40, I'm 42, guy's 62. He's done a lot of things. He's part of a national championship last year. Does he want to go back to college? Do you want to move back here? All that different stuff. Matt Patricia, I feel pretty confident that he's going to stay here. He's going to get other head jobs, get NFL jobs. I'm like, yeah, maybe those things will be out there. But just talking to him without speaking for him, I think I have an idea of kind of what he values in life and where he's at in his current stage of life and how much he enjoys being here and coaching with Ryan and coaching these players. So, yeah, I think that don't think that he's looking to leave. It'd have to be an overwhelmingly good offer for him to potentially leave. If the Patriots job came open, which that's not going to be the case right now because Braves is doing such a good job.
Not doing too bad.
So
that's 12 wins, but that's fine.
That's the type of way that I try to evaluate this. The only reason Chip Kelly left is because they offered him $6 million to go coach with Pete Carroll in Las Vegas.
Right, for 3 years, $6 million guaranteed.
Who the heck wouldn't have taken that?
All those coordinator jobs said they're guaranteed, right? Most of those
his was guaranteed. He had a 3-year deal.
That's amazing.
So
good for him.
There's going to be some bumps. So he's coaching with Pete and probably thought, hey, I'm 62. I'll coach this for 3 more years. I'll be 65, and maybe I'm done. Who knows?
Brody, keep in mind, by the way, that we're not going to ask Bobby this question, but I have a feeling that he could be a candidate for the linebackers coach job at USF. I'm not going to say it, though. You have to uproot your family, though, Bob.
Maybe the family will stay here. They can do whatever they want.
Oh, by the way, that right there, look, I'm telling you right now, if that happens, if Hartline says to you, Bobby, you come down to South Florida, family stays here, how quickly do you say yes? We're not going to go there. No,
I'm not going to get into that publicly.
That's fantastic. That's what I would do also. Coming up next, Quick Hitters, Morning Juice.
Hey, Max, you look absolutely dashing in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world?
You bet, Daisy. I'm ready as I'll ever be. And might I say, your purple tie really pops with your vest.
Thanks. I almost went with a cape, but didn't want to come across as pretentious.
Nonsense. Anyone in our line of work should rock a cape.
You might be onto something, Max.
Phew, so here we go. First day on the job. We've got this, right?
Right. Don't forget, we both graduated from Dogs Inc. with honors.
Which means I can guide my human around a busy city with ease.
And I can give my human a restful night.
I hope my human is kind and loving.
And I hope mine likes wet kisses and zoomies.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go.
Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
It's been a real journey since 2014 when I first had my injury. I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Homes for Our Troops is really giving me my life back. The shower allows me to go in and turn around with my chair, pull down storage racks, automated door systems, hours of my morning given back to me. Adaptive sports are a huge part of my life, a huge part of my healing journey as well. Homes for Our Troops helped with making sure that I had a home gym so that I can continue to train. This past year, I was able to host Thanksgiving in my home. And it was the first time I was able to have my whole family in one place, and I was able to contribute to the meal. There are a lot more veterans in need, and Homes for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I.
And then we.
Brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together.
Established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Bobby is known as the General. Tito shops at Dollar General. This is Morning Juice.
It's Morning Juice. It's Tito. It's Bobby. God, it's this guy. I've totally neglected you at this point, Bodie, and I apologize.
That's all right.
How was your day? How's your day? How you feeling? What's life going on?
Feeling great, Tito. It's Thursday.
Feeling better today than yesterday after the rankings.
I don't think he is.
I guess, honestly, it's just a
Notre
lot
Dame has like the 6th best odds to win the national championship.
So you got to put them in. They're the 6th best team.
Well,
Vegas.
I know
that's
this.
got to mean something, right?
Rothman always said, you don't go all in unless you're already in.
Yeah, I think we're all in. Definitely a lot of uneasiness still. I found myself driving home from the gym yesterday just thinking, like, God, Texas Tech's got to win this football game Saturday.
And you realize, like...
And then hopefully Bama loses too, and maybe they drop behind us, and we can play Oklahoma, but I don't know.
This would happen a lot in college. And it's funny, AJ would talk about it too. And he's so terrible with directions. But he would be driving, and he's like, yeah, you just start driving, you get in a zone. Where he's like, you're conscious and you understand what's going on. He goes, but one time I remember I'm driving. I remember looking around. He goes, and I had no idea where I was. He goes, I'd been driving. He goes, I was driving back to Dayton. To go see, like, Centerville to see his parents. He goes, I had to call my dad. He goes, I didn't even, because this was before like smartphones.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't know where I am.
CT.
He goes, I had to wait till I saw a road sign. He goes, I just drive, getting off on an exit, just cruising around. He goes, I had no clue where I was. And there was one time I literally, this was no joke. I was driving back. I was driving to, how did this work? I was gosh, I'm trying to think which exit, where I started and where I went to. Yes, I was driving. I used to live on 13th on the east side of High Street. And so I'd get off, go down 4th, cut across go down 4th North 3rd. So go down 3rd, cut across the fairgrounds. Get on 71. And I was going somewhere. I was going to watch my brother, I think, play in Hilliard on a Saturday morning, or Grove State, maybe I think it was Hilliard, for a basketball tournament. And it was in the spring, AAU tournament. And I got up, maybe it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Obviously, it was Saturday morning or Sunday, and I probably had been out late the night before.
Yeah, Bible study.
Yeah, I woke up, got some breakfast, got in the car, I'm driving. I drive and I go get on 71, and then I get on 70 East or 70 West because I'm driving out to Hilliard. And next thing I know, I find myself exiting on Lane off 315, and I was like, why am I here? And I'm like, because I had always driven so much from Lancaster and just driven up to campus and got off and got to the 48. So I'm just driving on 70 and just get off on 315 North.
Why not?
Why not? Like, I'm driving, and I'm like, why did I go this way? I needed to keep going west. And I remember my dad's like, calls me, are you going to be here? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be like 10 minutes late. I don't know why I did this. Just started driving back to campus. So I literally drove down 71 South, across 70 West, south of downtown, 315 North, right back around. And I could have just cut across campus if I wanted to do that. But nope, chose to take the scenic route and drive for about 10 minutes around downtown.
Steve Kerr wants to know, did you ever live in a dorm?
Yeah, everybody lived in dorm your freshman year. Okay. Lived in Morrill Tower. It's awful. Worst year of my life. Well, good times, but I'm pretty sure I developed mesothelioma and any other breathing disease. It had recycled air. You couldn't open the windows.
Seems like a PSA now.
I had
Bobby Carpenter.
It was terrible. I had a cold. I had like a sinus infection for literally the last
3 years?
the last 2 months or last 5 months I was there, 6 months. We had gotten I went to a Lowe's and bought like just a normal air filter that you would put like in like a normal like 27 by whatever. 13, like 1 inch thick, and taped it over top of my vent to try to like clean some of the air that was coming through there. And it was like just got duct tape and like taped it all around.
Living in an airplane.
Oh, it was 100%. Okay. I was living in an airplane. It was terrible. And my roommate, Doug Dash, great guy, loved it, super cold. And it was freezing in there all the time. But you know what? I think we were on the 21st floor. You have to go ride those damn elevators up and down. But I had a lot of good
But they weren't the Vegas elevator. Like, this is floors 1 through 14. This is floors 15 through. It was like every elevator went the same number. Like in Vegas, you go to Vegas.
They have a top level.
Oh, they did?
Top
Okay.
and bottoms.
All right.
But they didn't have a lot. I mean, it's a pretty big. There's a couple thousand people that live there. And you have these little miniature windows, and like the one, they bolted them shut because people used to jump out of them.
I was going to say, yeah.
I understood why after I'd been in there for 4 months. Looking at that stadium, I'm like, you know what?
Breathe.
We had a stadium side view, and it's like, maybe it would just go down watching the stadium on the way. Wild. One day, I remember I pulled my car in there. It was late on a Saturday night, and it snowed a lot. Park out in the parking lot outside on Saturday. That was when, what do they call it? It was called Traffic and Parking, T&P. It was still owned by the university, so like you could park on the weekends and holidays because no one was working then for that unless it was a game day. And now Campus Park just patrols and tickets people 24/7. It's terrible.
Okay,
but
Bob.
It snowed all over my car. I couldn't find my car. I was outside. I didn't remember where it was. And there was probably like 100 cars. And I'm like, this is before remote start was a thing. And I'm like walking around, dusting off the windshields to see.
Did you dust off a wrong car?
I dust off like 30 cars before I found my car.
Okay, I don't want to vacate wins. You paid for your own car, right?
Yeah, I bought it. It's my mom's old car. I didn't
sure,
pay
Bob.
for it. My mom gave it to me.
So make sure we're not vacating wins. Bobby, rank the three of us, you, me, Bodie, in order of who's in the best shape right now.
Bodie's in pretty good shape. I don't know. Like, what do you define as best shape? Like,
just in your opinion. If someone said
my Oura ring, what do they talk about this now?
You got a ring now you're going to look at?
Well, they've got this one measurement that everybody talks about, and I can't remember off the top of my head.
Is it fair to say I'm third?
Well, yeah, I'd say you're a distant third.
Well, distant wasn't necessary.
It's kind of like
third.
Indiana, Ohio State, Indiana, and then
Purdue.
Okay. First of all, that right there was.
That's even better.
Let me tell you right now.
Purdue.
This is what bothers me. Okay. It's a Brody Thursday. Let me tell you what bothers me is that Brody says, not that I was in my car, heard this, or I thought about this. He said I was leaving the gym. That's the part that, like, I feel like it was a jab at me that he makes sure to tell us he was leaving the gym. What did you talk about? You leave the gym, you heard something. What was it? We just talked about it. You leave the gym, you thought about this?
I was just thinking about the rankings, yeah.
There we go, the rankings. He was leaving the gym. It can't
mindless
just be
thoughts.
Yeah, it can't be Brody was just out and about. It was thinking about rankings. He makes sure to say to guy in third, Tito, I guess Purdue now.
Listen, I didn't go anywhere else. That was the only place I drove to yesterday.
I'm just telling you. I think it was a little bit aggressive and disrespectful. And the fact he said Purdue when you were going to go somewhere else. Where would you have gone?
Purdue doubled their win total this year.
Bobby, where would you go?
I was going to say like the third team in the CFP, but
thank you. That'd be perfect.
He went all the way to the
I would have been
bottom.
Oregon, and Brody decided to say, "No, I went to the gym, and Purdue's over here talking to me."
They scored second most points against
fine.
anybody
That's
for the Irish schedule this year. Purdue did.
I felt bad. Like, hey, I have not really talked to Brody much. Now I'm glad I didn't.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Hey, Brody, whatever. Go.
Happy Thursday, fellas. We'll start here. College football. It has been a magical season in Nashville for Clark Lee and the Vanderbilt Commodores. They earned their first ever 10-win season in school history. They're on the outside looking into the college football playoff rankings, but still at number 14, and it looks like their quarterback, Diego Pavia, is probably going to be heading to New York for the Heisman Trophy ceremony later on this month. And the good news kept on coming yesterday. Technically, it kind of went down Tuesday, but the signing happened yesterday for Vanderbilt as they flipped quarterback Jared Curtis away from Georgia. As the early National Signing Day window got underway, Curtis is a 5-star quarterback. 24/7 Sports rates him not only as the third best quarterback in the class, but the third best player overall in this year's class. He'll be the highest rated prospect to ever land with the Commodores there in Vanderbilt football history. Bobby, that's a heck of a get for a team that, as you move off of Pavia, who was obviously a big reason for their success last year and this year. We'll see if Curtis, maybe not as a true freshman, but if he can keep that train rolling there for the Doors.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to think that there's a time that Vanderbilt's flipping guys from Georgias and the Alabamas of the world. But I think that's the new world that we're in. And I had Clark Lee on, their head coach, and we were talking about it was maybe Tuesday, Monday, and talking about everything. And it's like, it's amazing. Now that we can kind of participate in some of the activities that maybe we couldn't have before, it's kind of really leveled the playing field for us here. And he goes, and we got Nashville. So I'm like, that's a big deal. Although we did talk to Chuck Martin, former Notre Dame.
Also love that guy, yeah.
Great dude. My brother, he was coached with him at Notre Dame, and I'd known Chuck for a long time. Great dude. And I was talking to Clark, and they still push, the Notre Dame, or not Notre Dame, still push, the Vanderbilt connections and academics. And I asked Chuck about that at Miami. He goes, yeah, we tried that. He goes, but I guess I can't think of their player that they had. He goes, they'd rather hear more about the guy that we got that went to Texas Tech last year for $1 million.
Yeah.
He's like, that's more what they're talking about.
Yeah.
He goes, so we promote it all.
I looked at it, Bob, and I'm just like, I'm amazed that Vanderbilt gets that guy.
Why?
Just because I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm
living in the new world.
I know, the new world, and I'm still in the old world. To think that somebody would say,
that's why you don't want to be a 20-year-old.
I'm
20-year-old doesn't want to be you, or whatever I said earlier.
Whatever it was, we're all in the same gang here.
Is this cool in the gang?
Rolling 20s.
No, first of all, both of you listen. There's a song, "We're All in the Same Gang."
I know. We listened to my linebacker
about
coach,
rapping.
Matt Burke. Yes.
He
used to have.
Michelle A was in that
we
one.
called it Throwback Thursdays, and we would always play old school rap. And it's funny because then he went to Cincinnati and coached AJ. He is actually the D coordinator now for the Houston Texans. Awesome dude, though. We have Throwback Thursdays, and he would always play all of his stuff from like the late 80s, like the 80s and 90s, and it was awesome.
At 8:05, go Google "We're All in the Same Gang." It's a West Coast rap video about
like not killing each other anymore.
Right. Yeah. It's got Michelle A. It's got Eazy-E. It's got I'm telling you else on the West Coast over there.
Eazy-E, what's he done? He's got AIDS.
Ask Donald Sterling how he feels about Eazy-E. He had him. Right. He didn't have him. He doesn't have him anymore.
AIDS had him. They got him.
That's fine though. But like I say, Michelle A's in that. We're taking what's that? We're all in the same gang.
Snoop, Dr. Dre.
I don't think
they weren't big enough yet. This was like
Dre was big, but Eazy was in it. This is post NWA.
Brian Broaddus was probably like in 6th grade then.
Who else is in that? Gosh. Look in the chat. If you find we're all in the same gang, let me know. But there are a lot of I just remember Michelle A because of her voice, which that's fine. It's on me. Where are we at? Vanderbilt.
Great get, 5-star quarterback. How about that?
Good for them. I really figured that. I never thought I'd live in a world where a quarterback says the best quarterback in the country says, or highest rated, best is the wrong word, said, hey, you know what? I think I like Vanderbilt over Georgia. I never thought that would happen.
I want to be the next Jay Cutler.
Or a coach. Exactly.
The Clark Lee, it's amazing where college football's in. Yeah, I know you do.
All right, college basketball here, guys. One more quick one. On Saturday afternoon this weekend, the Ohio State men, they head to Evanston to face Northwestern, the Wildcats. That'll be the first conference action for the Buckeyes this year. in the Big Ten play there. Tip-off is at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. But this past Friday night, Ohio State lost on the road against Pitt at the buzzer. DeMarco Minor hit a deep three at the horn to lift the Panthers past the Buckeyes 67-66. And now in his latest bracketology, Joe Lenardi, the Nard Dog, has Ohio State as one of the 4 teams in the last 4 buys section for this upcoming March Madness here in March and April. Tito, the Buckeyes, they have a good record, but they've played basically 2 decent teams. They haven't looked great in either game. Are you starting to get a little concerned about what could happen this season as we head into conference play for Ohio State?
I am not. Dr. Dre, though, I did produce the video, Bob, and he was in it with MC Ren. Young MC was in a Digital Underground, Oaktown 357. MC. Yes, MC Hammer,
Just
Easy E. Yes, just Bust It. Yeah, just Bust It. Yes, it's Young MC was great. Tone Loc was in it as well.
Yes,
Ice-T was in it.
Put a little Medina in your glass.
Yes, Ice-T with colors. So yes, there was they all did it. It was released on May 22nd, 1990.
You know what's amazing? Tone Loc was kind of a prophet. I'm not concerned. It takes a little bit for these guys to come together and coalesce.
Right. Like you Ohio State now?
You keep building these teams. I'll get back to Tone Loc in a moment.
Thank you.
But to build these teams together, like they beat Notre Dame, which was good. You like to see them beat Pitt. They're playing what is a more challenging-ish schedule. At least it should be on paper. Hopefully that'll pay dividends and they'll be able to come through the back of it. I will say, if you've ever listened to the Funky Comedina, especially the final verse.
Oh yes, I know.
Tone Loc was a prophet.
Gina was a man.
He was
right. He was Gina.
Yeah, Gina was a man. Listen, 30 years. He was 30 years ahead of his time. So best be sure that your girl is pure for the Funky Comedina.
Look at that. I did buy the Young MC CD.
To drive around in my buddy's dad's Camaro, listening to all that. It's great.
I don't think I ever bought Tone Locs, though. I did buy Young MCs, though. I remember that one.
Just
Bust a Move. That was such a good one there.
This here's a jam for all the fellas.
Look,
the fact that you know that song is
that's
it
amazing.
does make
That
me
really
feel
is,
better.
That does make me feel better. Is all. People are saying in the chat that we are getting old, and that's fine. Troy Brewer out in Arizona at 4:57 a.m. is saying he saw Young MC at Toledo.
That's amazing. I mean, listen, that was way before my time. He was already. That was early '90s. It was 6-7 years before I was even.
Young
in high
MC
school.
was on Celebrity Weight Loss on.
Good for him.
On VH1.
Pay me to lose weight.
Where
I would
lost
love
some
to do that. I want to get
No,
on the
Bob,
Biggest
you
Loser.
can't do it.
Oh, I got in arguments with other people.
How could you? What?
I got in arguments with other people here at the Fan about that because
other fat guys.
Maybe they were more.
Okay,
yes,
that's fine. Be politically correct. Choose now to be
they
PC, Bob.
They were a little too heavy for their height.
They were too short.
Yeah. It's Bob Seger. I was a little too tall. Could have used a few pounds.
Yes, okay, it's fine.
It's kind of the reverse of that.
Okay, you got an argument.
A little just
people.
short
Go
for
ahead.
my weight.
That's fine.
But I told him, I was like, well, it's easy for you to lose weight. I go, listen, I guarantee I can lose 30 pounds in a month. And so I got up to 270.
Okay.
And then I dropped down to I think I dropped down to 230. I think I lost
But you got
40
270
pounds.
intentionally or not intentionally?
Well, I mean, I just lived like a normal person.
Live like Tito. There we go, Bob.
Yeah.
Just say it. Okay, you and I are two
I
peas in
didn't
a pod.
run as much.
You
I
got
ate
270.
everything. I
Gotcha.
I
Yep.
just really embraced every impulse.
Okay, you guys went for dinner, 5 guys.
Okay, you got to
Again?
270.
Yes.
Oh, you want a cookie? Sure.
Okay, you got to 270. You dropped it.
It's kind of like Jim.
Supersize
It
that.
sounded like Jim Carrey. Yes, man. You just said yes to everything.
Bob, you got advantages though.
What's the advantage? Is that I've actually
work ethic.
This is what-
yeah, that might be
okay,
it.
This is what guys like me believe. I'll be honest with you. I feel like you go to Ohio. You feel like you go to Ohio State. You go to Ohio State, and you got a machine that takes the fat out.
You can go to. Ohio State doesn't. Maybe the Med Center does.
I think you go something.
If you want to stop by, I got a scalpel and a shot back. We can get that done too. Get some iodine.
No, listen. I think Bob.
I'd love to make some candles and some more soap.
Bob, I feel like you go to Ohio State today because you're Bobby Carpenter, former Ohio State great. You show up and say, Barati, I need to lose 20 pounds of fat and gain 5 pounds of muscle. He puts you in some kind of pod.
That's exactly how it works.
And you walk out and it happens.
Yep. That day.
See?
Takes like 5 minutes.
That's what we got. What are we doing next? Coming next, Albert Breer joins us. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
I thought mixing bleach with my floor cleaner would take the stain out.
When my youngest ate the dog's medicine, that was a new one.
I was trying to protect my garden, but I accidentally sprayed myself with pesticide.
So I called 1-800-222-1222, the poison helpline.
A poison expert helped me figure out what to do next.
I was connected to someone who spoke Spanish.
They answered my questions.
It was free.
It was confidential.
It was real help in real time.
Keep the poison experts in your pocket. 1-800-222-1222.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm the Innovation Ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
My name is DeMar Hamlin. I play for the Buffalo Bills, and I play safety. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
No school means no lunch for millions of kids in the summer. Let's come together, food banks, families, and generous individuals like you to make sure no child goes without food in the summer. Together, we can make a difference. Learn more at feedingamerica.org/summer.
My hospital stay would have cost $25,000, but with VA healthcare, it's free.
My education would have cost $42,000, but with VA benefits, my books, tuition, and housing are all covered.
The down payment for my home would have been $74,000, but with my VA home loan, my down payment was $0. My service was then. My benefits are now. Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS-FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
For the first time since 2020, the Buckeyes are back in the Big Ten championship game. The Fan has you covered with 11 hours of pregame coverage this Saturday. Bodie said, whoa, and because Notre Dame is, again, not playing. Here's the lineup. 9 a.m. to noon. What?
Guess who's played in a more recent ACC championship game between us and Miami?
That's fair. 9 a.m. to noon, Fan Sports Saturday. By the way, Fish, that's Bodie interrupting the read twice.
I'm done.
9 a.m. to noon, Fan Sports Saturday. Tim Hall and Tyvis Powell. Noon to 2:30, Fan Sports Saturday with Erica Reeser and
Tito.
Thank you. 2:30 to 4:30, the KeyBank Fan pregame show with Matty Ice, Devere Posey, and Dane Sanzenbacher. 4:30 to 6:30, Central Ohio Toyota Dealers Fan tailgate show with Anthony Rothman, Tim May, and Dave Biddle. I just realized recently that Bobby's no longer a part of that. He said it's been that way for how long? 7 years, 6 years, 5 years?
What are you talking about?
How long have you not been a part of that show? Because I one time recently I said to you, are you doing the show? And you said, no, I haven't done it for years.
I pop in.
But you're not like, there was a time you were every week on there.
I did it every week from like 2013 to maybe 2017.
So I missed it for 8 years. That's fine. Yeah. 6:38, the Ohio State Sports Network pregame show with Skip Mossick, Paul Keels, Jim Lachey, and Tyler Danberg. 11 hours, one goal, get you ready for the Buckeyes, the Big Ten title, only on the home of the Buckeyes on the Fan, 971 The Fan. And now we bring on, and by the way, Bob, I'm going to just be honest about this. I have loved Albert Breer, MMQB, has had no problem showing the fact he is a Buckeye grad. And some of the tweets he's put out, no, like he commented on the Hartline thing, and I love he did that. So let's go ahead. Instead of talking NFL, let's do this, Albert Breer. How excited were you and happy to watch that Ohio State-Michigan win, and your thoughts on Hartline to USF?
Well, I'm trying to get the focus on my camera right.
You look great. You look great. No, on our end, you look great. You look good.
It's messing with me. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, that 18-play drive, at the end of that game was about as much fun as I've had watching anything in sports in a long time. Like that, it was just something about it happening in the fashion it happened, in the snow, in that place. It was unbelievable, and then to see the way Ryan handled it at the end too was really cool. So Saturday was unbelievable. I'll be there in Indy on this coming Saturday, which is gonna be awesome. And then as for like Hartline, like I actually covered him as a player, and so I've known Hart for quite some time now, and I would just say like this is a long time coming, and I think everybody's got to be really happy for him. To me, like this is, if I were him, and I would rather have the USF job than like a Kentucky or a job like that, because I think like the USF job is like the perfect launching pad to bigger things. He's obviously very well connected in Florida, played most of his professional career down there. He's obviously recruited down there really well. And it's a place like a lot of different coaches have demonstrated that you can win, and, just a couple guys that I've been around as players that like were, you could tell they had a chance to be great coaches. And I would just tell you this, like just from your guys' perspective, sitting there in Columbus, they're packaged differently, but I think there are similarities between Brian Hartline and Mike Vrabel. And, so I think Brian Hartline could eventually be an NFL head coach. And I'm really happy for him. And I think there's like one loose end I'd like him to take care of before before he goes to Tampa. I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. Bobby, I think you know what I'm getting at here. Yeah, there's one loose end I'd love for him to take care of, but before he goes. But I think I don't think I'm speaking out of school, and I'm not there in Columbus like you guys, but I think there are certainly going to be a lot of people in Columbus, Ohio, who are going to be huge fans of the USF Bowls going forward. Well,
and like you said, Alex Golesh was there. They had a lot of success, and they've made a commitment to it. They're trying to grow it.
Yeah.
And they've got a new stadium on campus coming in.
Stadium, right?
Yeah. They're building a stadium on campus, which for anybody who played at college, USF is big, but it's largely a commuter school. And so to have success, you look at the issues even with UCLA and the Rose Bowl of getting students there. When you have an off-campus situation, it may be great. We're playing in an NFL stadium, but like the students, that's not – you can't wake up.
It doesn't work.
You can't live the Albert Breer College lifestyle.
They tried that.
Yeah, wake up,
they
get
tried
drunk.
That here, Bobby. You know the geography here a little bit, right?
Yeah.
UMass Amherst, which is like an hour and a half from Boston, for a few years played their home games at Gillette, and it was an outright disaster. Like, because like the whole thing is like you want a bunch of drunk college kids at your games. Yeah. You know what I mean? And no one's driving 2 hours to do that.
Exactly. You can't just stumble over, east of High Street and kind of walk west until you see the large concrete structure and just meander on in there when it makes sense. So
don't vacate wins.
Yeah.
Everything you're saying to Breer, you guys are colleagues. I get it. Don't, whatever you're going to say, Bob, don't vacate wins.
We're good.
Go ahead.
Game tonight, Dallas-Detroit. Albert, I mean, if Dallas wants any shot of getting in, I tell people, like, not only do you need this win, but that's a team that you'll be going head-to-head with most likely in the wild card. And so to be able to stack some of those tiebreakers, it would be a huge opportunity, but really a huge game, I think, for both teams.
Yeah, Detroit doesn't have a lot of margin for error. I think they're only a half game up on the Cowboys right now, right?
Yeah.
Tie, the tie.
Yeah, the Lions are 7-5, and the Cowboys are 6-5-1. The Cowboys, I I think the Cowboys are playing as well as anybody in the league right now. And I know the record doesn't reflect it, but I think Brian Schottenheimer deserves a lot of credit for coming out of the tragedy, and a real-life tragedy, not a football tragedy, a few weeks ago, the way his team has. And it really seems to have brought some people in that building together. And, obviously they did, they were able to come out of it and get that win against the Raiders on Monday night. And this is a stretch that I think a lot of people had circled because it's the rare Monday, Sunday, Thursday turn, right? And the Jets went through it last year, really kind of took a chunk out of them. And so to be able to handle that, I think that's an underrated piece of what they've done, is that they went on a short week and then an even shorter week. And it was almost like they get stronger as they went along, and to get 2 wins over the 2 Super Bowl teams in a 5-day stretch, really, really impressive. And, it was actually funny. I was on Cowherd's show yesterday, and we were talking about Jerry Jones as a GM, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he asked me if, Jerry is underrated as a GM or takes – and my answer to him was, when was the last time talent was an issue in Dallas? That's the thing about it. Is you can argue with some of the roster construction and the way the pieces fit together, and does he take too many risks, and has he had some questionable guys in there, and does he meddle with his coaches? But when we're just talking about purely from a talent perspective, what they've been able to do, I made the point it wasn't good before Parcells got there, but since Parcells rebuilt that thing, and he was there from 03 to 06. I don't think talent's ever been an issue. They've always had players. You know what I mean? They've always had talented teams. And I think the issue's been more how the puzzle pieces fit together. But now you see where they're at. And, I think, coming out of the Micah thing and being able to wind up with Quinnen Williams. And now you've got a defensive line that's got Osa Odighizuwa and Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams on it. And they had 11 quarterback hits against the Raiders. 9 of those were by the defensive tackles. That's unheard of. You know what I mean? I think they flipped what was a questionable defense into a pretty strong defense, and the offense is playing great with Pickens in there now. And Shoddy seems like he was the right coach for the moment. They've got a lot of things going, and tonight's going to be, I think, an interesting measuring stick because Detroit really needs this one too.
Albert Breer joins us, MMQB's Albert Breer. And I'm curious, I saw that Deshaun Watson's 21-day window has opened up. I don't know if it was widely reported, but it kind of came out like that. Do you think Deshaun Watson takes a snap in a game for the Browns this season?
I think they would like to get a look at him. I think that depends on how he looks at practice, though. I think until you see him out there and what it looks like, and how he's moving around, I think you want to be cautious with it because you've only got a month left, and he's coming off of an Achilles that he tore twice, and so let's see what he looks like, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I've made this point a bunch. I personally think if you look at the investment in the 2 players, we make a lot of We've made a lot of Shedeur over the last 9 or 10 months. But, Shedeur, the investment the team has in him is a 5th-round pick. The Browns have invested 3 first-round picks in Deshaun Watson and hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're still on the hook for $46 million for next year. So whether they have him on the roster or not, they still owe him that. And so, if you're Jimmy Haslam or Andrew Berry or Kevin Stefanski, knowing that, wouldn't you at least want to get a look at what you've got, before the season is over? I would think you would. And so I think they would like to get a look at him for those reasons. The question is going to be, what does he show in practice? Does he look to his teammates like he's somebody to give him a spark, so he can at least play some good ball at the end of the year? But yeah, if I'm them, I would absolutely want to kind of get a read on what I've got.
The Pittsburgh situation, Albert, it seems rough. Aaron looks looks old. I mean, he can still play. They can't protect him. A defense that they spent a boatload of money on is looking bad. They just released Darius Slay. What is the resolution of this? And do you think Mike Tomlin is still coaching the Steelers in 2026?
Yeah, let me start here. I don't think he's getting fired. This will not be like a Black Monday, like, the Steelers fire Mike Tomlin. At least I don't think it will be. If this is going to happen, I think it's going to happen in sort of a mutual way, and not like a mutual parting way like you see sometimes, and it's fake and the guy's really getting fired. Like, I think it would be real. I think that there's a natural breaking point coming, though, Bobby, right? So he's been there 19 years. I don't think anybody would argue with the job that he's done. I like the way I look at this is they're not just older quarterback, they're old all over the place, right? Like, so TJ Watt's in his 30s, Jalen Ramsey's in his 30s, Darius Slay is now gone. He was in his 30s. Cam Hayward's at the very back end of his career. They've got so many foundation pieces and cornerstones that are like really on their last legs. And so what that tells you is there's like a pretty hard reset coming, whether it's this offseason or next offseason, that's coming. And it might take 2 or 3 years for the Steelers to go through that and come out the other side. So, like, there's questions on both ends. Do the Steelers think Mike Tomlin is the right guy to lead them through another retooling? Does Mike Tomlin want to be there and go through that and maybe go through a 4-win season or a 5-win season or 2 and just and be bad and be kind of
and be bad, like they're not going to be good.
Yeah, be bad, and he hasn't been, right? When potentially maybe there's the opportunity there for him to go to a team where he can win much quicker. Like let's say the Giants had interest in him for argument's sake, right? I think the Giants are probably closer, despite their record. I mean, you look at some of the players in that roster, and if I'm a coach, who's going to be in the cycle, going to be somebody who's going to be interviewing places. I'm looking at the Giants. I'm like, well, I got Jackson Dart. I got Malik Neighbors at receiver. I got, a promising young tight end in Theo Johnson. I've got a franchise left tackle in Andrew Thomas. I've got a couple of franchise defensive linemen or defensive front players in Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence. Like Abdul Carter, like if I can get through to him, maybe he can get to that level too. There are a lot of pieces in New York where you look at it and say, yeah, I mean, that could easily be a 9 or 10 win team with the right coach next year.
Well, it's a similar organization to the Steelers, I would say, kind of as well, structurally, correct?
Yeah, right. So like if you're Mike Tomlin and you look at it and it's like, do I want to go through this again and like be in a place where my message, as strong a leader as he is, like a lot of people have heard his message over and over and over again, or do I want to go through a reset? And I kind of think the parallel to me is Andy Reid in Philly. And I remember I was around that team a lot, like in 11 and 12. And the 11 was the dream team year where, they went all in and it didn't work out. And then the next year they completely collapsed. And, that 2012 team, like it was so clear if you were around that team in November and December that it was just over, and I'm not saying the Steelers are at this point, but it was like, I think there were enough intelligent people involved where it was like, you know what, like, I think we're all best if this is where we move on. And it worked out great for everybody. Like the Eagles have won 2 Super Bowls and been to 3 since. Andy Reid has won 3 Super Bowls and been to 5 since, so these things can work out. I'm not saying they're at that point, but I think that's an example of, an all-time great coach just being in a place where it was time. And, I think certainly you see where the Steelers are right now, and it's fair to ask the question whether or not it's time.
Looking at late 80s, early 90s reference here, Albert. First of all, shot through the heart and you're to blame. You're right about the Giants being closer to being relevant to the Steelers, and that really bothers me as a Steelers fan. That's okay. I've got 2 questions for you. One, have you ever rushed the field as a fan at Ohio State? And number 2, Bobby and I talked about, we're all in the same gang, the rap about stopping gang violence, and Bobby brought up Young MC. Do you have a memory of that song as well? I'm asking you questions that DP and Cowherd will not.
I don't have. I don't know if I have. You'd have to play it for me.
Okay.
Like I don't have. I mean, like that's my era for sure. You know, I was born in 1980, so like I don't know, like the, you know, like. Snoop and Dr. Dre and like the like all that
Michelle
West
A.
Coast stuff like that, like Tupac, like that's all my era. You know what I mean? Like, obviously Public Enemy. Like I would have to hear it, like that specific song, but that's all my era. What was the first? Oh, the Rush in the Field. Yeah.
Yes. Have you ever rushed the field as a fan at Ohio State?
I can do you one better.
Okay.
I've been pepper sprayed.
Oh.
On the field. Yeah. So I was a freshman. And this was 1998, and Ohio State had lost to Michigan. Like that was, I think like that was the depth of the John Cooper can't beat Michigan when I got to school in 1998. And you guys remember, like, I'm going off to Ohio State, and the cover of Sports Illustrated like a month before I leave is how Andy Katzenmoyer is taking basket weaving. You know what I mean? So. So we lose to Michigan State, Nick Saban, and I'll never forget walking out of that stadium and the fake punt that like turned that game. I think we were up 24-7, lose that game, and then we beat Michigan, and we beat them pretty handily. And so Tom Brady is 0-1, by the way, in the horseshoe as a starter, because Tom Brady was the quarterback. And so I rushed the field with my buddies, and it was easier to rush the field then because they hadn't sunk the field yet. So I don't know if you guys remember, there was a track on the field then. Yeah, and all you had to do was like kind of like all people had to do was like push over the metal barriers.
All you had to do.
And you're on, you know? So I go rushing on, and I jump up, and this is when I could still jump, to try to jump up and get on the – and they had greased it up.
Yeah.
And that was still like a new thing. And so I slipped, and then all of a sudden like this cloud of pepper spray. I don't think it was – the pepper spray was shot at me, but it definitely got in my eyes. And so I made an attempt at jumping up on the goalpost, which was, I mean, I was such a dumbass when I was 18. It's not even funny. So this was like par for the course for me. For crap like this to happen was par for the course for me. But yeah, no, I made my attempt to get on the goalpost, and it didn't go very well.
East Coast rap or West Coast rap?
Oh, I think I'd have to go. See, again, like this is high school for me.
Okay.
So Tupac died when I was in high school, and Biggie died when I was in high school.
Yep.
And I would say back then I was way more of a Biggie guy than a Tupac guy. So I go East Coast.
There we go. Albert
and
Breer.
I'm from here, so I can't say West Coast. Right?
That's fine. Albert, appreciate the time as always. And again, I'm telling you, DP and Coward will not ask you those questions. That's why you come here to Morning Juice.
Hey, if you guys want to talk about like 80s and 90s, I'm game every single time.
Extended
and rushing
segment.
the field too. The field too. I'm happy to tell you guys all kinds of stories.
Well, if next time, if you ever go down to Houston, when you do, you cover teams or you do your road
Southwest
trip,
Coast,
and you see Matt Burke, their defensive coordinator. He was our linebackers coach in Detroit, and then I guess he did it in Cincinnati when he was there too with AJ. We'd have Throwback Thursdays, and he would bring like all of our defensive players in, and he would play all of his stuff from like the late 80s and early 90s. And we'd play
so
like.
You can look this up on a map, Bobby. I love Matt. Matt is from Hudson, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I'm from Sudbury, Massachusetts. Literally right next to each other.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'll hit him up. I'll hit him up now and ask him about Throwback Thursday.
I love it.
One town over from me.
Sometimes his words just hypnotize me.
And Tito, when I tell you like very few NFL people come from Massachusetts, like the fact that one person associated with the NFL and another person associated with the NFL are like in adjacent towns from Massachusetts is like, I mean, that's like seeing lightning strike twice in the same place.
MC Breed's got nothing on MC Breer. Thank you, Albert. Appreciate it, Bob. We'll talk again next week.
All right. Thanks, guys.
God, I love that, Bob. He's so good.
He is the best. That's why I enjoy him. So we have him on.
Yes. Coming up next, we'll do NFL picks and get Ya Highness on. We'll do it next. Morning Juice.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've hit your medical deductible, now's the time to see Dr. Mark Levy. Get a custom oral appliance that stops snoring and helps you ditch that CPAP and pay less out of pocket. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com before the year ends.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
My mom is a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I couldn't be the mom my kids needed me to be.
She missed so much.
After my last surgery, I got an infection so bad I thought it was going to kill me.
I told her she couldn't leave me yet. There was still so much she had to see. I hadn't even graduated.
I'm doing much better now. I may have lost my leg, but I've gained so much. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
DAV's been there for me and my family. Through thick and thin, they've had our back.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned so they can achieve victories great and small.
My victory is getting my life back. I got my joy back.
We got our mom back, thanks to DAV.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Wrinkles, gray hair, and hearing loss are common signs of getting older. But being short of breath, having tightness in your chest, coughing, and wheezing are not. If you are experiencing these symptoms, you may be one of the millions of people who are living with a condition called COPD but don't know it. Early diagnosis and treatment can add years of better breathing to your life. For more information, talk to your doctor and visit copdfoundation.org today.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Don't let your insurance benefits go to waste. End the year sleeping better with Dr. Mark Levy's oral appliance. No mask, no noise, just results. Hurry, deductibles reset soon. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com today.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Oh, my God. I don't know if Mike's right. Honestly, I don't care if Mike's are off on that one or not. I really don't. I think that was great. Let's do it.
Morning Juice presents NFL Picks.
Sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, trips to a first-round postseason game, and more. Register today at roosterswings.com.
Brody, I did not do something today I do every single week.
Okay.
Or yesterday, I should say. I did not confirm with Ya Highness. I assume he'll be here.
I will say I texted him about 15 minutes or so ago and said, I'll let you know when we're ready because if he jumped on the guest link prior to when Breer was still on, it would have cut Breer off. And no response. And I just texted him during the commercial break. I said, we're ready for you now. No response.
Okay.
And the guest link is empty. So.
All right, that's fine.
Ya Highness, TBD.
We're running late. We'll see. By the way, if he doesn't show up, it's okay. I will take that as a sign of respect if he doesn't show up.
Yeah, he might have just gone to bed.
Could have been. Yeah, exactly. He's with Brewer out there, Troy Brewer out there in Arizona probably. He's now going to bed. What do you got?
All right, guys. Last week, Tito 7-8-1. Bobby 6-9-1. Ya Highness.
I win.
He also went 6-9-1 overall in the season. Tito, you are 87-102-5. Bobby, you are 95-94-5.
Because he's got insider info and they fix the games. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying that, Bob. I think that you probably know.
Fair enough. All right, guys, Thursday Night Football tonight. America's team.
Yep.
On the road, needing a win. Who's Philly play this weekend?
Philly.
Oh, they're Monday night. Oh, at the Chargers.
At the Chargers,
we'll see if Justin Herbert plays in that game, though. Anyway, Dallas on the road against Detroit in the Motor City. Lions
Troy Brewer's
favored
up, by the way.
Lions favored by 3.
Give me the look. How about the Cowboys, Bob? I've got the
Yep,
Cowboys
give me
as
the
a
points.
team. Yes, that is going to make some noise. And by the way, don't play the Cowboys in the playoffs.
Give me the points.
That's
Let's
actually
go.
normally a pretty good time to play them, honestly.
Cowboys.
On to the Sunday
Points.
1 o'clock games here. AFC North matchup. Pittsburgh on the road against Baltimore. Winner moves ahead in the division here. Baltimore favored by 6 at home.
That's a big number. Pittsburgh stinks, but I think Pittsburgh's within 6. I think Baltimore wins a game. I think Pittsburgh's season is lost, and it really bothers me. It bothers me, but I think it's. But matter of fact, Bob, I would tell you right now, I think the Bengals have a better chance of making the playoffs than Pittsburgh. But give me Pittsburgh getting the 6. Baltimore wins a game.
I'm going to give me the points as well on that.
All right, guys both on Pittsburgh. All right, Seattle on the road. They've been hammering teams here as of late. They killed the Vikings. Brosmer last week in Seattle had maybe the worst pick 6 I've ever seen in my entire life.
Awful.
I don't know. It was probably top 5. Anyway, Seattle on the road against Atlanta. Seahawks favored by 7.
I'm going to lay the points on this. I think Seahawks hammer them.
God, I think so too, Bob. I'm with you. I think that and I want to disagree with you because I have to catch you, and I'm down by 8 games. But I will take the Seahawks and lay the points in this one as well.
All right. Who wants the number 1 overall pick? Who wants it more? Who wants to lose more this weekend in Cleveland? Because the Tennessee Titans are on the road against the Brownies. Cleveland favored by 4 at home.
God, Cleveland's defense is so damn good, but their offense is so damn bad. I think Cleveland wins, Bob, by a field goal. So give me. God, I never thought I would say this season. Give me Tennessee getting 4 points.
I'm going to lay the points. I think Cleveland covers this. I'd like it at 2.5 or 3. Give me the field goal, but I think Myles Garrett gets another 2 sacks and probably causes a fumble or pushes an interception.
Amazing what he's done this year, Bob.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Because they're so bad, too.
They are. Well, and because they're so bad, though, Bob, doesn't it also...
They run the ball late.
Yeah,
they don't trail in games.
Yes, it's like he doesn't have the same opportunities. I'd love to know the opportunities for sacks percentage. I'm sure that's out there somewhere on some damn website, but I would love to know percentage of chances for sacks. I got to believe Garrett's off the charts.
Yeah. I would say it's probably much lower than most players because they're usually behind in games.
Yep.
All right, AFC East matchup here in the Meadowlands. Miami on the road against the Jets. Dolphins favored by 3 on the road.
I think the winner of this game gets to go to the Pop-Tarts Bowl. I will take...
I guess Miami.
Yes.
I
will take... I'll take Miami. I'll take Miami laying the points. I think the Jets are really bad.
Give me the points. I think the Jets win this thing.
They've won 3 games in a row in the last month
Miami's
and change.
played well lately.
Yeah, they have. That's true.
Yeah.
It's okay. Justify whatever.
All right, biggest number here, biggest number of the weekend. Tampa Bay at home against New Orleans. Buccaneers favored by 8.5.
Ooh, it's a lot.
It's a big number, Bob.
Saints
New
aren't
Orleans is
very good,
bad though. Yeah. I'm going to lay the points.
I think I'm going to lay the points as well. 8.5. I get it, but yeah, New Orleans' offense is terrible. The Tampa Bay's defense is decent. Yeah, they're terrible. Give me Tampa Bay. I'll lay the points as well.
All right, AFC South matchup. Actually, a pretty big game here in that division.
Amazing.
And for some playoff standings. Don't think people would have guessed that a few months ago that would be happening on the first weekend of December. But nevertheless, the Colts are on the road against Jacksonville. Indianapolis is favored by 1.5.
Bob, it comes out that there's a broken fibula for Daniel Jones, but he's playing through it. How the hell? What was...
Get your gear on.
I don't... Okay, and I'm not doing this... Respectfully, I'm doing this. Your injury was what?
Same thing.
It was the same thing.
Yeah, he also stands there, dude.
I know. That's what I'm asking you. How difficult... That's what I'm asking you. Is like how difficult, how seriously should we take that?
There's degrees and like with what can happen is the bone display like things.
Right.
Like, it's not easy. Like, dude, it's only
on the leg.
Yeah, it's only an insignificant break if it's not your break.
That's what I'm asking about. Like, I can't believe he's playing. I know you had something like that, and I'm like,
guys play
if
all
Bob
the time
can't
with
play,
this.
and I know you've got heart, how can a quarterback do this and it not be a huge deal?
You got Hartline. Yeah, I think he'll be fine. But one of the things is that his athleticism is what helps make him a good player, and he obviously won't be able to run.
So defensively then, how does it, like, what does Jacksonville do if you know the quarterback's got a broken fibula? What do you change anything defensively? You say, you know, we're playing. Okay,
bring pressure.
That's what it is. Okay, you're bringing a lot. No, Bob, I'm asking you, Okay, if he's got a broken fibula,
make that.
If you do your same pressure, he can't move. So if you do your same pressure and you work on your same coverage, is that smarter?
I'm going to bring more heat.
Okay.
Who you guys got in this game here?
It's a great question there, Bodie, for this segment especially. That's what I'm saying there, Bob. There we go. You got to look at it now. We just talked broken fibula. Everyone sees that face.
Jacksonville would be favored.
Jacksonville's home. Big game.
Yeah.
Huge.
Indy's been struggling a little bit. Lay the points.
I'll lay the points. I'll take the points. I would take Jacksonville getting a 1.5. I think I think broken fibula guy is going to be broken troubles.
All right. Washington on the road against Minnesota. Vikings favored by 1.5 at home.
I was playing quarterback.
I don't know how Minnesota's favored in this game.
I don't know, Bob. Is it
not that Washington's great either?
No, Washington's rough, but give me the points. Minnesota's been so bad. You got me out there playing quarterback.
9, Bob. Show some respect to J.J. McCarthy.
Is he back?
If he even plays.
I don't know. I'm looking at. They're trying to figure out what I'm looking at right now. That would have been great show prep by me. I'm looking at 20 hours ago.
Throw an atrocious interception. I mean, he's throwing.
Dude, it was awful.
He's throwing some atrocious picks. He looks like me out there.
I don't know if he's playing. I don't even care. Give me Washington at 1.5.
All right. Big game for the Bengals here. If you really look at their schedule, if they can win this game, there's a path. You start to see a little bit of light at the end of that tunnel. Nevertheless, though, Cincinnati on the road against the Buffalo Bills. Bills favored by 5.5.
It's a big number, Bob.
5.5. Joe Burrow is back.
Joe Burrow's back. And also Jamar Chase, as long as it doesn't spit on anybody.
Lay the points.
You'll lay the points.
Yeah. Take the points. I think Cincinnati's to keep this thing close at worst.
He said take the points first, by the way, though, Bodie. So just whatever you want to do there. But I'm going to take Cincinnati getting the 5.5.
All right, on to the 4 o'clock Sunday games. Denver's on the road against Vegas. Broncos favored by 7.5.
Give the Broncos laying the points. I wish it was 6.5, 7.5, though. I'll take the Broncos.
Ooh, lay the points. I don't feel good about it, though.
All right, another big game here in the division.
Huge game.
Chicago, the Bears on the road against Green Bay. NFC North. What's the word I'm looking for there? Just odds of winning that division, I guess. Yep. Pretty important here. Green Bay favored by 6.5, though, at Lambeau.
That's a big number there, Bob, and Chicago's really good. I don't know on the road. Green Bay. I'll lay the points.
6.5. That's huge for a team that's leading the division.
Chicago leading the conference. Chicago's leading the conference.
Even worse. I think Green Bay wins. That's too big of a number. Give me the points.
All right. L.A. Rams looking to bounce back from last week's loss to the Panthers. They're on the road against Arizona. Rams favored by 8 in the desert.
It's a big number, too. I think Stafford bounces back. I'm going to lay the points.
I will take the 8. I think the Rams win by a touchdown. I will take the points, though, with Arizona.
All right, Sunday Night Football. Pretty good game here. Texans on the road against Kansas City. Texans trying to stay in the division. Kansas City, frankly, needs a win to make the playoffs here. They're almost kind of in must-win territory. They're favored by 3.5 at home. The Chiefs are.
I'm going to lay the points. I think they rise up and get this win.
Houston's defense is so damn good, Bob. They really are. Their defense is playing great. But I keep it. Until Kansas City's eliminated from the playoffs, I think they're going to win these games for the playoffs. Give me Kansas City. I will lay the points.
All right, Monday Night Football. Eagles on the road. I should use air quotes. There will probably be 25,000 Eagles fans in L.A. But nevertheless, on the road against the Chargers, Philadelphia favored by 3.
Is Herbert,
Herbert's trying to play. He's trending towards playing, is what they're saying. He's practicing with the intention of playing. Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
I know.
Come on, Justin.
The hand's a hell of a long way
Dallas
from
Cowboys need you.
You're right. That's a huge one for you.
Get your butt out there and play.
I'm going to give me the point. Give me the points in that.
You want to take Philly and the points?
Chargers.
Oh, Chargers the points. Sorry, Chargers the points. Bob,
home dogs, man.
With Philly, when I look at them, and I can't figure out why the hell they've struggled so much this year.
Because their team is dysfunctional.
Is it all? You think it's not?
Yeah.
It's not personnel. It's personality.
Yeah, it's a pretty good statement by you.
Let's see if that trends. It's not personnel. It's personality. Bobby is on the fly right there. I'm better when I don't prep because that was on the fly. Yeah, that's the way I feel too, Bob. I think that they've got the talent. The Saquon thing, I didn't think
win on talent alone.
Exactly. I didn't think
Gentlemen, you
Saquon
don't
would have a
enough talent
good year this year, like compared to last year. And he struggled this year. But yes, they have struggled as a team. You need to pick for me, Brody.
My prediction, Eagles fans show up in droves, and they still boo their team on the road.
They probably will. They'll boo Santa. They'll boo the Grinch. Okay, if you boo Santa, do you cheer the Grinch?
Sure, he's green. I don't know. Maybe they boo him too. It's like
I saw the Grinch at the Philly game.
He could play for Philly. Boo him.
That Philly game was so bad, though, Brody. It was an awful.
Or are the Bears good?
I watched it. Did I live bet it throughout the day, thinking Philly would turn it around? Maybe, but yes, and it didn't happen. So I hate Philly. Give me the Chargers. I'll take the points.
Go Chargers, go. All right. Then no, Your Highness.
No, Your Highness. By the way, Bob, go ahead and give us your. What would Your Highness say right now if we were getting off the air with him? No. That's the beginning. I'm saying the end. How would he close it with
Jump on the right foot and do the wrong thing.
There we go. Coming up next, Toby's Guys Juice Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Nobody likes to deal with pain, and sometimes that's the most predictable part of your day. Waking up from the knees, the hip, the back, shoulder, whatever it is, that chronic pain that is always there. Well, you don't have to deal with it anymore, because there's a breakthrough treatment that is at QC Kinetics that could help you sometimes within one day. It's called stem wave therapy. In Europe, they've been doing this for 20 years. Finally, now it's approved in the U.S., and there's a huge demand for the treatments because patients are getting relief and they're spreading the word. Here's the best detail. The device, it's diagnostic and therapeutic. That means it helps Dr. Ray Tesner and his team find the problem, trigger your body's own natural healing response. StemWave uses the same technology as lipotripsy, and the sound waves penetrate deep into your body, spark the blood flow, and help engage that cellular activity. Here's the best part for QC Kinetics. Your first StemWave treatment is only $49. That's right. It's affordable and it's easy. So give them a call at 380-208-4544.
I always tell people I was the luckiest guy in the world. I wanted to be an Army man or a fireman, and I got to do both. As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine.
After spending his career answering the call to save others, Ken was diagnosed with ALS. Now he's facing his biggest battle, for more time. For 70 years, Muscular Dystrophy Association has been answering the call to help people live longer and more independent lives.
MDA means to me hope.
MDA is leading the way for people living with ALS, muscular dystrophy, and other neuromuscular diseases by accelerating research, advancing care, and advocating to empower families like Ken's.
I wouldn't be living as good of a life with ALS if it wasn't for MDA. MDA is helping people live stronger and love longer. Learn more at mda.org today.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. So no matter what you give, we give 100% for life-saving research victories, 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments, 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We know cancer research is working. Over the last 30 years, an estimated 4.5 million lives have been saved thanks to game-changing research breakthroughs. But there is more work to do. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate today at v.org.
Bobby knows what it's like to be a winner. Tito knows what it's like to be thrown out of an all-you-can-eat buffet.
You're here 4 hours.
This is Morning Juice.
Bob, I'm not going to put any pressure on you whatsoever here.
You made it.
That one night.
Emily brings it up, and I think that all of our listeners, the juicers, everyone, the tens of people listening, need to
millions watching around the world.
Listen, hey, Twitter fam, I need you, Bobby, to tell everybody it's going to be okay.
It's not your fault.
We're losing Hartline, okay? Yeah. We're losing Hartline. Chris Henry Jr. has not signed yet. I need you, Bobby, to tell the world.
Twitter was a dark place,
okay.
And my text messages were.
Tell the world is it okay? For Ohio State football.
Sun will come up tomorrow.
What's that?
Sun will come up tomorrow.
That's not, Bobby, that's not the same thing.
You may not see it in Columbus.
Bob,
but
is it okay?
Don't be sad because he's gone. Be happy because he was here.
That's fantastic. We can do the whole. By the way, I picture you with Hartline, like Ben Affleck, and Goodwill Hunting. Like if we're here in 20 years and you're still here, I'll kill you. Whatever it is, because you're like you got to go. You've got this gift. Okay, just tell it, Bobby. Just say it. Just say, guys, it's okay.
It'll be all right.
Listen,
here's the thing.
Yep.
They've lost coaches at Ohio State.
Yep.
Ryan Day has replaced them.
I know.
It stinks because Brian, it's personal with him because some people grew up with him. You watched him play here, watched him play in the NFL, came back, and watched him develop and ascend as a coach. And so you feel like you're probably a little more emotionally invested. But, he's almost a man, almost turning 40. And at some point, you got to make a decision on what you want to do. And his kids are still pretty young, and his wife was on board. And let's go do it. Ask him if he got a slip down at the marina in there as part of his contract. Do a little wakeboarding. He started laughing. I was serious. I'm like, dude, you write that in?
But it's going to be okay.
It'll be okay. It'll be all right.
It's going to be fine.
It's not your fault.
Okay, it's going to be fine.
It's not your fault.
Has anybody watched Ohio State football for the last 25 years?
I know, but we are WRU now. We're a wide receiver U.
I saw something earlier this morning that somebody tweeted out Ohio State's recruiting class, which was all the way down there at number 7.
It's
and somebody's like, how is this acceptable?
I know.
And I think it was like an Iowa fan who quote tweeted it. It's like, brother, you're going to be fine.
You got champagne problems, dude. Lost. By the way, we'll see what happens on this. I'm not sure. I know Chris Henry.
Wait, you're not sure? You just said it was okay.
I'm not sure. Exactly. Listen, just because there are things that happen in the immediacy of it doesn't mean that it's not going to be okay in the long term. It may not. Any transition, there might be some bumpy spots.
I have talked, Bob.
Marcus Freeman always talks about the bumpy road to better.
He would have been the future Michigan State coach if Fitzgerald didn't want it. But anyway,
or
Bob,
he might still go to Penn State.
He still could. You're right. It'd be a step up for him. Bob, when I look at it, though, it's like this right now, and this is no offense meant to you and Tress and those guys and Urban, whatever. But this, though, is...
Usually, I've always heard that everything that comes after the word but.
Listen,
Bob.
That's
really what matters.
With all due respect.
Bob, with all due respect, in my lifetime, this is the best Ohio State's football program's ever been. Would you agree with that?
I mean, you could argue the 02 to 07 run. You won a national championship. You played in the BCS Bowl, 2 more, and then you played for 2 national championships.
Right.
And that's a pretty good run.
It is.
Other than that, though.
But how about the 1 year, though? No, Bob was saying, I feel like, though, as far as right now with the way NIL works and Ryan Day being here.
I feel like you're in a really good spot.
Okay. And so whenever something happens like this with Hartline, and Hartline's been great for Ohio State, and that's why they're wide receiver U. That's why this has happened. So there is the thought, though, Bob, is that at some point it's got to start going down. At some point it does. It can't stay this way forever.
I mean, it's going down. It just ascended last year. The ascension.
You're right. It went up. And much like the Tim Hall vacation thing where the day before vacation is the best day ever, because after that it all goes downhill.
I'm going to say,
yes,
Tim might be onto something with that.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. What I'm saying, though, Bob, is that at some point, though,
it's the smartest thing I've ever heard, but it's not the dumbest thing I've ever heard either.
As Buckeye fans, though, Buckeye Nation is going to look at every possible thing as like, and me too. Okay, I'll say I'm part of that, but too. Like every little thing that happens that is something going away from the program, I start thinking, is this it? Is this when it starts going down? I'm not saying this year.
The fall of Rome.
Yes. Okay. Exactly right, Bob. Is this it?
Please let me know.
A2 Brutus. It's but so I think this year's fine. Obviously, Hartline's still here. But do you look at it all as a possibility of maybe?
People said when Tony Alford left and went to Michigan that the running back room was going to struggle. They weren't going to be able to recruit.
Yep.
And they seem to look pretty good right now.
They do.
I mean, the offensive line's gotten better. whether or not Chris Henry commits or not, like, it obviously would be much more beneficial to have him on the roster.
Yes.
However, I don't think that it's the end of the world should he doesn't. Largely, it's going to depend on who Ryan Day selects as his wide receivers coach, and we'll see where we go from there. Bodie, what Schlegel's got to say?
Oh,
you want me to do it?
Go ahead, play the
What's
I know I didn't do it before. That was me.
Sponsored
should've
by
done it earlier. That's
Billiards
me.
Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
All right.
I think that when you're in those moments, you just got to embrace America. You know what I mean? You got to just embrace the musk.
Did we have this yesterday? We had it
what
yesterday.
that smells like. Go.
I think you're right, Tito. Let me get the new one uploaded here, and let's play that right now.
The biggest thing that we have to do is you can't have self-inflicted wounds, a.k.a.
Is that like a womb that you bear a child in, or a wound that you get injured in?
wound.
I think that was a soft D on the first one.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You don't want a soft D,
No, I'm just kidding. Nobody wants a soft D.
Sort of an Okie afterbirth. What was
It's
that?
amazing.
We went from musk to soft D. Go ahead.
Okie afterbirth.
Musk to soft D.
What's got me juiced today, guys? Thursday, second best day of the week. Not really looking forward to staying up for the game tonight, but I am looking forward to the game. This is honestly this
You working
little
tomorrow?
rejuvenation. Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe. You never know.
Yeah, as
I
I
don't
say,
know.
TBD.
Call Mo. Be like, Mo, you want to
There
go
we
in?
Yeah.
You know what? Depending win or loss, Tito. How about that?
There we
Cowboys
go.
win, I'll definitely be here. If
No.
a loss,
You'll be here either way. I think you're more likely to be here for a loss. That's your poll question, Bob. Is Bodie more
just
likely to be here
come
after a
and
loss
complain.
or a win?
But excited for the game tonight. Excited to look forward to Cowboys games again. You know, there was a little bit of a stretch there throughout basically all of last year, frankly, and throughout the first half of this year where I was just like, okay, Cowboys are on today. I also got to go to the dentist tomorrow, so looking forward to that. But excited about the game tonight. And then, listen, man, nothing else needs to be said. Guns up. Let's go Red Raiders, baby.
Let's go, Red Raiders.
Bobby, what's got you juiced
There
today?
we go. Go, Bodie's going.
Go Texas.
Where is it? Do they play the Big 12 championship in Jerry World?
Ooh,
I
good
think so,
question.
yeah.
Do they?
You know what, Bodie?
I'm going to look that up.
Right now, 8 o'clock.
Is that
Think about that.
Is that the night game on?
No, that's the noon game on Saturday.
8 to 8. If you drive, if you leave right after this,
not- no, he's not
drive
gonna- you
straight
can't.
through.
Nope.
You could probably get there for the fourth quarter and then just stay there for the Red Raider BYU showdown.
It's in Detroit tonight.
Oh, even better.
I can go up
Be
to
the
Detroit.
game and fly
Go to
down.
Detroit.
Hang down.
Oh, yeah.
It is the
See
Big
it all.
12 is playing at Jerry World until
Of course.
2030.
Yeah, he wouldn't have it any
Nice.
other way.
There's no way.
What's got me juiced? Yeah, the Hartline stuff yesterday. Like I said, I'm happy for my friend. I'm excited for him to be able to go start that new chapter. Excited to go visit him down there, and see everything that he's going to be doing. It's tough for Ohio State. He's going to be with them through the playoff run, and hopefully that's a long and extensive one. And hopefully he can just drive from Miami over to Tampa after the game, and that'll be it.
There we go.
And that would be a fitting and wonderful ending. The recruiting, obviously, it can get a little bumpy at times when guys leave. And listen, I was in my feels as much as anybody. I don't choose to panic and go wild on Twitter with it or X because that's not going to help at all. But just, it was a long day yesterday with a lot of that news coming out and trying to navigate it. But happy for Brian moving forward and getting it done. I cooked dinner for my wife and kids last night for the first time in a while, like an actual meal.
What'd you make?
My wife used to make this. It's like a sweet and spicy chicken and broccoli, and she hasn't made it in a long time. It's one of my favorites. And so I cooked it for them. And I didn't have one of the ingredients. I kind of bootlegged it a little bit. It was still pretty good. The kids liked it. I couldn't believe it. My youngest two, they're like, Dad made this? It's like, exactly. I'm like, just try it. And then Colin's like, yeah, this is pretty good. And then Caleb took a bite. I don't want it. And then he took a bite. He's like, all right. Not bad. Dad didn't do terrible. It's got a little spice to it, so my daughter didn't like it though. But it was good. I enjoyed that. Had a lot of fun getting to do that with them. Doing a lot of radio this week with XM and here, and just all the commitments and everything going on. So tomorrow we're going to get actually a breakdown at 7 o'clock. Rhett Lewis of NFL Network, who is also a Hoosier alum, played quarterback there. Talked about their linebacker Aiden Fisher and then Arvell Reese, went back and forth comparing them. So if you're up tomorrow at 7 o'clock, got a nice little breakdown with those guys going back and forth, showing some film of them and everything they do. So that's got me juiced as well. Jeff, what's got you juiced?
Rhett Lewis. I didn't realize he played quarterback in Indiana. I was trying to look it up right now. When did he play in Indiana? What was
about my age?
Was he a starter there or was he a backup?
He never played.
Okay.
He always left. He never started.
Hey, that scholarship still counts.
Scholarship still counts.
His last name, did you look him up?
I just looked him up,
yeah. His last name is actually Kleinschmidt. His dad was our trainer in Detroit.
Brett Lewis Kleinschmidt.
Yeah. Lewis is his middle name. So
Why did he go Brett Lewis?
Well, because he goes, when I was coming up in the media, Kleinschmidt didn't really have the same bang as Lewis did. So he's like, I just
rolls off the tongue.
And it was good. He goes, my middle name sounds like a last name, so it's like Brett Lewis, and it works.
I like it.
Where the hell was he when I had to decide a Thitoff or not? I could have been. Look, my middle name is Thomas. Would Jeff Thompson better than?
Maybe
too generic.
Maybe people would ask you if you're related to Joe.
And I would say yes.
Of course.
I would love to be, wasted by the Cleveland Browns for their entire career when I'm a Hall of Fame guy and the Browns don't care and don't put any talent around me so I can't ever really play meaningful games and go to a Super Bowl. Or Tito. What's got me juiced? Let's see. Today's got me juiced, Bob, because, and I'm excited about tomorrow, that I get to take a segment off because you and Brett Lewis just talk full time, which is perfect. Anytime you're going to do that, Bob, I'm in favor of it. But we are so close to this Big Ten championship game, and I don't know where the line's at now. It was 5.5. It was 4.5. I can't tell you. I'm probably more excited than some of the players. Tomorrow we got some video from like Tyvis, maybe someone else too. We're going to play from people talking about. What else we got?
Oh, we've got Raekwon McMillan.
Okay.
Evan Spencer. I think Billy Price is going to send one.
Do I need to come in tomorrow, Bodie? That's the question, because it sounds like we got the Rhett Lewis thing, right? Yeah. We got Today in History. That's Bob.
Let's just record Today in History right after the show, and then we'll all take the day off.
We can do it right now. We can come in late tomorrow. That's great. But yeah, Ty was talking about it with his Big Ten championship. I asked him to get Cardale. He did not send Cardale. Do you have Cardale?
I text Cardale. He hadn't gotten back to me, so I'll text him again.
I think Tyvis told Cardale not to do it because Tyvis hates being upstaged by somebody else in the same game.
Trying to get J.K. Dobbins. I know he's busy right now.
That'd be good. Yeah. That'd be good. By the way, J.T. Barrett maybe coming to the staff? I'm not saying it's like an OC.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It's, people always ask that. I don't know that JT wants to coach in college.
He might not want to. He's with the Lions and now with the Bears and doing great things there as the quarterback's coach of the Bears, which is good for him. Thank you to all the juicers today. Thank you to Albert Breer. East Coast, West Coast. We're not trying to start gang violence, but it was
We're
nice.
All in the same gang.
We're all in the same gang. That's exactly right. But Albert Breer, clearly an East Coast guy. He biggie guy. But thank you to Albert Breer. And Ya Highness, he's not here, but we still love you. Go check him out, WeWinYouWin.com. We'll talk again tomorrow, folks. It's almost game